Welcome to the presentation, Attitude and Skills Required to be a Successful Salesperson. Selling ideas or products to known people involves different dynamics than selling to strangers does. A salesperson needs to interact convincingly and effortlessly with strangers and get them to believe in a product or a service, and finally persuade them to purchase the same. Selling involves people, and with them comes a package of emotions and feelings that cannot be overlooked. Managing those feelings and emotions is certainly an art. To be a successful salesperson, one needs to have adequate knowledge of the domain, be proficient in the skills required, and have the right attitude. All the three are equally important, though we tend to underestimate the importance of having the right attitude to be successful. Let's look at the domain knowledge needed by the salesperson to better understand and address the customer's specific requirements. Knowledge of products is extremely important for any salesperson. They need to know everything about the product or service they are selling, its features, advantages, and the specific benefits that the customer is likely to get from the product or service. Successful salespeople understand the sales process. They not only understand the sales process, but also know how to apply the same in the context of their product and organization. Salespeople face many roadblocks in terms of objections by clients. Having prior knowledge about them will help them to prepare convincingly explanations providing missing information. Removing such misunderstandings will take them one step closer to clinch the deal. Let's look at what are the basic skills required to be a successful salesperson. Salespeople need to be good listeners, as they can sell the right product only when they understand what customers require. This can be done only when they are patient and willing to listen to their customers. Asking right questions to the prospect ensures that the salesperson is in control of the conversation. He or she can lead the conversation to stimulate the thoughts of the customers and encourage them to voice out their thoughts, apprehensions, or problems. Based on the buying signals that the prospect gives, a salesperson can plan his next move or question. Therefore, he or she needs to be sharp and smart enough to identify these buying signals. Closing a sale is as important as identifying a prospect. Therefore, successful salespeople are those who are very proficient in closing skills. They know exactly what to ask and seek confirmation of the deal. They need to be good negotiators to create a win-win situation for both the customer and themselves. Let's review some of the attitudes that are very important for you as a salesperson. The first, and perhaps the most important attitude that a salesperson needs to possess is confidence. Salespeople are confident about their abilities and about the product or services that they sell. Salespeople are bound to face rejections during the course of their work, and it is their confidence that helps them to take rejections in their stride and bounce back with enthusiasm. Persistence and determination need to be the second nature of a salesperson. There are innumerable obstacles that come along, and it is the determined person who refuses to accept defeat and goes on to attain what he or she wants. Successful salespeople value the relationship with customers and maintain a long-term relationship with them through regular follow-ups. They understand the bigger picture and view each sale as a stepping stone towards earning the goodwill of their customers, who could provide valuable referrals to future prospects. Salespeople need to have a personality that is amicable so that people are comfortable talking to them. They need to ask the right questions to understand the situation of their customers and their buying needs. Another important trait of successful salespeople is that they are accountable for themselves, their customers, and their organization. They are more forthcoming in accepting their mistakes and correcting them in the future without resorting to a blame game. Helping salespeople develop a positive attitude is not easy, but it does not mean that it is impossible. There are 4 key factors that are involved in attitude training. The instructor who is providing the learning experience should be a person of substantial authority who can command the attention of learners. He should also be honest and trustworthy for his learners to completely benefit to his training. Secondly, the method that is adopted to help form an attitude also influences the extent to which the session is successful. A lecture method would serve no purpose in achieving the desired results. Training has to be interactive and engaging to ensure maximum participant involvement. Thirdly, the learners need to be receptive and committed to learn, and willing to accept the need for an attitude shift because of which the training is being imparted. Lastly, the environment in which the learning happens is equally important. If it is a classroom setting, the team dynamics and the interpersonal relationships play an important role. The instructor in this situation has to be sensitive while delivering the training program. If it is an e-learning or an online program, individual sensibilities and sensitivities have to be kept in mind while designing courses. Keeping these factors in mind, here are a few ideas that could be incorporated in a sales training program that could help in developing an attitude that is most conducive for a salesperson. Everybody loves to hear interesting stories and anecdotes. Boring sessions suddenly become interesting when the trainer shares an anecdote or a story. Including interesting short stories that demonstrate the positive effect of acquiring a particular attitude could be very effective in bringing about an attitude change in an individual. Learners need to be sensitized to the importance of building a positive vocabulary as a part of their daily practice. The power of positive affirmations has helped many to develop the necessary attitude to lead successful lives. Replace statements such as, "I had better not be late for my appointment with my client" with, "I will reach on time for my appointment with my client." Get your learners to list down what is called toxic phrases that they use on a regular basis and replace them with positive statements. Role plays and games can be effectively used to reinforce the attitudes required for a salesperson. Typical situations can be difficult customers not willing to give an appointment or addressing a sales obstacle. What are the various possibilities in which one reacts to these typical situations? The best and perhaps the most effective method could be highlighted. Attitude is equally important as knowledge and skills for salespeople to be successful. In fact, attitude of salespeople determines the altitude to which he can rise in his career and in an organization. To read articles on similar topics, please visit blog.comlabindia.com. Thank you.